everybody. Happy Sunday. Great to see you all on Sunday afternoon. All my Phoenicians, I hope that you're enjoying the rain, the monsoon. I'm a little bit early today because I was trying to set up this Facebook Live and I had some technical difficulties, but it's working now. I've been recording most of the day, and so I am ready to sit down and relax and enjoy some Stargate with my hubby. Brian may be watching right now, may comment to some of the things if he so desires. But if you weren't here last week for Facebook Live, I'm doing an abuse question and answer, answering your questions that you have and interacting with you guys, getting to know you better. If you don't know who I am, my name is Diana Winkler. I am the host of the Wounds of the Faithful podcast. My ministry is DSW Ministries. That's what's behind me on my sign, as you can tell. And I help the church heal from abuse. That is the short version of what I do. I start healing groups called Mending the Soul. I mentor people on how to start over after an abusive relationship. I'm a singer and a songwriter. I write and sing about songs about healing, songs about abuse. My husband Brian is also a musician, a world-class drummer, and we go out and perform music together. Haven't been able to do that lately, but hopefully that will change in the future. So, I wanted to answer two questions that were submitted to me that hopefully you guys want to know the answer to. First one I'm going to do is from Lene S. in Scottsdale. Hi Lene, miss you sister. Lene was in choir with me at one of my previous churches, and she sent me a question this week. She says, hey Diana, are you and Brian out doing any music gigs around the valley? And I did message her directly to answer, but I'm going to answer again on here as well. We have just started to get gigs lined up after the pandemic, and unfortunately with Brian being sick, we've had to cancel our gig that we're gonna participate in 2 weeks. Hopefully that will change. We're still working on Brian's treatment and something that will work. There will be less side effects, and so you can pray about that. Pray for Brian. And the one thing that we are working on, I am in the process of recording my second album. Now, I have released a couple singles which are available on my website. Also, my original album from 2008 is on my website and on Spotify and on iTunes. But I decided that I wanted to do a new album, and this will be a concept album about abuse and healing. And I have some members of my blues band that I'm a part of that is they're recording some of the guitar licks, and I have a harmonica player that's going to do some really cool stuff with my original song. Of course, Brian's going to do the drums, and I just got permission to record the cover songs that I'm going to have on the album, so that isn't cheap, but it is necessary. So I will be starting to record those songs as well, and I'm really excited about it. I carefully chose songs that have really spoken to me in my abuse journey, my healing journey. Some songs that you may know, some songs you might not know, but I'm excited for what's going to transpire in the next 6 months. I'm going to try and fit in some time to get that done in between Brian's treatment and my work schedule and Mending the Soul and my podcast. And I hope that you guys will enjoy it. Really putting my blood, sweat, tears, my heart, my soul into this project. I think it will help a lot of people, inspire a lot of people. So thanks, Lene, for your question. I really appreciate you, sister, and your friendship, and I will be inviting you guys to the concert when we get some of these songs recorded and done, so stay tuned for that. Wanted to answer a second question that somebody submitted, which is from Jennifer in Canada, actually, Ottawa, Canada. And I have some friends in Canada. Thanks for submitting your question. She asks, I have been out of my abusive situation for a while now, and I still can't seem to find the healing after all this time. How long is it going to take me to heal? Well, that is a good question. I'm going to try and answer it as best as I can in this format. There's a lot to healing. Healing is a journey, and healing is different for each person. My healing journey is very different than the ladies in my Mending the Soul group. My husband is an abuse survivor. His journey was different than mine. Yours may be different as well. I don't know your personal story, but there are some things that will be helpful for you, things that I can suggest to everyone listening that's going through or has gone through any kind of trauma or abuse, and there are lots of different kinds. One is that you will not heal by yourself. You have to have help. You have to have community. You have to have a support system. Being isolated by yourself, you are never going to heal the way that you deserve to. Yeah, time heals some wounds, but you need to get yourself a few different things. One, if you possibly can afford it, a professional licensed counselor that is trauma informed. If you need a referral, we can find you one in your area. I actually know somebody in Ottawa, a couple people in Ottawa I can refer you to. 2, you probably would benefit from a support group of some kind. Of course, I'm very biased to mending the soul because I'm very passionate about it. I've seen mending the soul change people's lives, change my life, change people's lives in my own groups, because I am now a facilitator after going through my own group. I've seen transformations from mending the soul going into places like the Congo, the rape capital of the world, that has war all the time, atrocities, poverty, Ebola, and natural disasters. I've seen God heal some horrible things, visible changes, and they go on to help people in their community to heal also. So that's number 2. Number 3, you have to make sure that you are out of the abusive situation. You have to get out of there. If it's your spouse, you need to separate. If it's a parent, you need to probably establish some firm boundaries. Sometimes that means cutting off communication with that person. Sometimes it's a child that's being abusive. Sometimes if you're a minor, you're being abused by somebody, you need to report it. I don't know what your age is, Jennifer. I'm assuming you're an adult. Yeah, you need to remove yourself from the situation. It's almost impossible to heal when you have an open wound and somebody keeps stepping on your wound or pouring Tabasco sauce in your wound. So there are resources that we can connect you with to help you find a way to get out of that abusive situation. Sometimes it's not easy, it's not cut and dry, but let's try and get you some help. There are a lot more resources today than there were when I left my abuser. But let me tell you, your perspective on abuse will radically change once you leave that toxic environment. So that is the next step. Also, you need to find a healthy faith community. A lot of abuse is from spiritual abuse. My experience, my past included a lot of spiritual abuse. Also with my husband Brian, he experienced some spiritual abuse as well. And you kind of want to throw out the baby with the bathwater and say, I'm not going to believe in God anymore. I'm not going to go to church anymore because of God let this happen to me. No, God didn't cause this to happen. God wants the best for you. He cares for you. He grieves for what happened to you. You may have been in an abusive, toxic church that was not healthy, that did not follow what Jesus would have done, does not follow true Christianity, what it was intended for. It took Brian and I, it took a long time to find a good church that we are comfortable in. We've been a part of a lot of churches, but I do encourage you, if you're not in a healthy, good church, to please go and find another one. We are in a day that we have the internet, and you can go online and search for churches, houses of worship that may fit your personality, fit your belief system, fit your family. If you haven't listened to my podcast, look up on my website the podcast with Kyle Fox. That's my pastor, and he appeared on my podcast, and he did how to find a healthy church. What are the characteristics of a healthy church? And so that was very helpful. Our church has services online, so you can even do Bible studies online with our church on Zoom. And if you don't want to leave the house or don't want to physically go into a church, that is a great option for you to look for a new church. You can watch our church services online, and if you're not able to attend church right now, or you're too shy, or you just need to take a break, that's okay. Take a break from church, but don't take a break from God. He wants to meet with you. He wants to help you to heal. And he is patient, and he will wait for you. It's okay to have questions about your faith. It's okay to have doubts, because if you've been abused by a church, if you've been abused in any way, it usually changes your perception of God and how you think God sees you. So that is extremely important. You need help in finding a church, reach out to me. I know lots of churches. If you don't know me, I was a missionary for 13 years. I was a church planter. I still keep in touch with a lot of churches. I know a lot of people, different denominations. I've made a lot of new friends this year and last year with just this podcast, so reach out to me. But Jennifer, as we're wrapping up here, the advice that I would give you is to reach out and get some help. It is a journey. It's not going to happen overnight. We're probably never going to be completely healed this side of eternity till we pass over into heaven with the Lord. But I have come such a long way from where I was. And I think you can too, with some tools and some help. Don't give up. You can do this. Anybody that's listening, especially Jennifer, I am here to help you. I'm here available. My ministry is exactly that, to help the church heal, Christians to heal. You can reach out to me on my website. I have lots of resources on my website at dswministries.org. You can send me a message on my email, diana@dswministries.org. I am on Twitter. I am on Facebook, as you can see. I'm on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. I am on Instagram. I'm trying to figure out Instagram. I'm going to try TikTok. I'm going to try and learn TikTok here shortly. But all of my social media handles are DSW Ministries. There's a lot of great help on my podcast. I do abuse topics. I have abuse experts on my podcast. I have solo episodes. Lots of resources to help you. So that's on Wednesdays on any platform where you can get podcasts. YouTube is one of them. All of my episodes are on YouTube. So check out those resources. Let me know if I can help you. So that's it for today. Keeping this short and sweet. So hopefully I'll see you next week on Sunday. So until then, God bless you and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Take care now.